Well, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to discuss the situation surrounding Ross Ulbricht, who was just pardoned by Donald Trump in, I really wouldn't say a surprise, but what tends to happen with these campaign promises, Trump originally promised libertarians in the summer of 24 that he would pardon Ulbricht if they elected him, and obviously Trump won. But we've seen both political parties talk about Snowden and some of these people and pardoning them, and it normally never happens, but it did happen. This is the Silk Road founder who obviously was involved with a ton of Bitcoin. That was the form of payment, the main form of payment, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in specific on the Silk Road back when it was in operation. That was when Bitcoin was a lot lower in terms of price. And so he obviously controlled a ton of it. Now, I know the US government seized, I think, 10,000 Bitcoin from a few of his accounts, but there are rumors that he still owns, people saying they found some of his wallets, or there's old wallets that haven't been active in like 13 years that supposedly own millions and millions, like 700, $800 million. You can see apparently I mean, I don't know how legitimate this is, but there's wallets holding 430 BTC, 45 million, untouched for 13 years, which have been found. It's interesting because you would think if you're in prison, you would probably, I mean, like, obviously you don't want to go to jail, but it's the ultimate diamond hands. I have seen some of those Wojak videos where he purposefully goes to jail so he doesn't sell and then wakes up and like, I mean, that's kind of what this is, like over a decade. And honestly, this was more so not even an investment into BTC for him. You're just involved in the currency because of your platform. And his trial and the sentencing that he got was a very similar to like January 6th, where the judge made it known that he wanted to make an example. Whenever they say that, it's basically code for it's going to be a very unfair sentencing, because they want to stop this type of behavior in the future. So we're going to really screw this guy to hopefully stop and prevent other people from doing a similar thing. And so that's what they were really trying to do with the sentencing. And you know, what did he get? 2 life sentences, 0 chance of parole. They were all non-violent offenses. And so now he's out. And there are a lot of people that are thankful that Trump did that. Some liberals even coming out and saying that they are happy that he is freed. But people are talking about it. It's just interesting, the idea. You got to wonder how many wallets he has. People are talking about like ledgers and stuff. I don't think the ledger, the company, existed until like 2015. So he was before it, but there were other cold storage systems you could have back in 2011, 2012. It's like that idea. Everyone's like, oh man, I just wish I could have bought Bitcoin in 2009, 2010. The problem is you would have sold it in like 2012, 2013, or after the first real bull run in 2014. You would have gotten tired of it because it would have tanked. And I mean, there is cryptocurrency in general. It is a long, cold winter. It is a multi-year winter. The winter lasts like 2.5, 3 years. But hopefully nowadays, you know, in 2025, we're hoping, and I guess it has already started. I mean, Bitcoin, it started for Bitcoin. Some of our alts, though, aren't doing too well, but certainly it is the bull run, and hopefully we're going to see some pretty crazy movement. But it'll be interesting to see what type of accounts get recovered. I mean, this is like a dream with the amount of volume, just sheer volume and liquidity involved in Bitcoin. You know, you could dump millions of dollars a day very easily, and especially this is like the perfect time to get out. You're getting out. We're probably going to have a bull run where Trump talks about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and it likely at least goes to 150, probably over 200K. You get pardoned, you've still got all of this Bitcoin. Although it's kind of like a weird I mean, if you're in jail, I would almost be like saying, all right, to the people that visit me, what is it worth? I mean, and then giving them access to sell it. But hopefully he didn't do any of that. So, and then this is kind of a strange, vague answer from Trump talking about the Trump meme coin, which was launched on Friday night, which he had not discussed at all. Well, the timeline was it launched. I don't even think the media spoke to Trump until Monday. And that's when it was inauguration day. He was signing all the executive orders. He launches it on a Friday night, randomly right before his inauguration at about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I was streaming when he launched it. But this is Trump talking about it in a very like vague, nonchalant way.
benefited. I don't know where it is. I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very successful. I haven't checked it. Where is it today?
He made a lot of money, sir.
How much?
Several $billion, it seems like, in the last several days.
Several billion? That's peanuts for these guys.
Well, he didn't make several $billions. He wouldn't even be able to, even if he dumped his supply, because there's supposed to be a vesting to where he actually, Trump, 80% of the supply is still locked up, supposedly, which, I mean, I would believe that. I don't think Trump's going to screw with this coin like that. It's already bad enough as it is, trust me, even with 80% of the supply vesting. But that reporter is not correct in what they said. They said that he made several $billions. Well, he hasn't. I mean, maybe he has other wallets to where he's made money, but I think he's basing it off of the 80% supply that is locked up right now. And even if Trump dumped it, there's not enough liquidity to be able to. I mean, the coin would go to zero before Trump would be able to get full. Because if you're looking at a fully diluted value of whatever it is, 45 billion, 80% of that is 36, 38 billion, whatever. That's just not how it works. There's not enough liquidity for Trump to be able to dump all of his coins, which is why you do it over a period of 3 years. So the liquidity replenishes. So that reporter saying that he's like made billions of dollars is just not true. I mean, I don't know how much extra coins he has, because I mean, obviously there's going to be multiple people within this family involved in this. I mean, are you going to pass up, if you knew about this on Friday afternoon, you turn $100 into like $20 million. Like that's what this is, because the coin just went like crazier than anything we've seen, because obviously it's Trump and he's endorsed it, because you just don't see that. Nobody expected this to happen. So but in terms of like his main supply, even if he dumped all of his supply, he wouldn't get $30 billion, because there's just not, you have to dump it over a long period of time. But this is kind of a strange answer from Trump, because it seems like he's kind of saying, I don't know much about it. It's doing well. It's several $billion. And then Trump tries to downplay it, saying that's peanuts. It kind of feels like Trump knows, like, this is kind of scummy, like he's trying to downplay it. I didn't know much about the coin and stuff like that. It's one of those things to where I don't know who went to Trump, but there's people close to Trump that know how ridiculous cryptocurrency is in terms of the amount of money you can make in a short period of time. Like it's like, to put it in perspective, with the amount of supply that Trump owns now, again, he cannot dump all of it and extract this amount of money because there's not enough liquidity. But I mean, his net worth is like, what is it? I mean, 5 billion, 2 billion. People say like 2.4 billion, whatever it is. And with this amount of coins that he has, he's got like $30 billion worth of coins at least. So it is like crazy with cryptocurrency, how you can just cash in off of your name like that, And the concern now with Trump is, now you've got Mark Cuban. I should have covered. Well, I'll cover this right now. Mark Cuban is such a buffoon. He's a total clown. He's come out and said that, oh, I'm gonna launch a coin, but have a meme coin, but have it operate like, it's gonna be the exact same tokenomics as Trump, to where he owns 80% of the supply, but it's gonna be like there's gonna be a system to where the money that gets made from Cuban's coins, he puts against the national debt. So, I'm going to save the country while completely destroying the crypto market, just like Trump did with his launch when he sucked up all the volume out of Ethereum alts. We were doing so well, and it's just, we're trying to recover with these, but it's like, and now Cuban wants to do this and pretend to feel like good for himself, like, I'm helping the United States. No, you're destroying the entire ecosystem of crypto, and your coin is even worse than Trump's, because you're trying to play it off like you're this nice guy. This is pathetic. That's what Cuban was. He's like, I'm going to launch a coin, have 80% of the supply, just like Trump. But when I sell, the money that I make off of it, I'm going to put against the debt. And that's going to kick off my 2028 presidential campaign. That's probably what it is, honestly. It's just very sad. It's not good. And Cuban's probably going to do it, honestly. So we'll have to see with that. And you can also see, I mean, this Trump coin is going on everything. I think it's on Coinbase, Kraken, Binance. It's been listed everywhere. It's not too surprising, but either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.